bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
You look at this Bears defense.
And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
To the air, Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Williams looking to do it himself.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
The Bears at 4 and 6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Throwing is Williams.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Looking to throw is Williams. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, that's one way, and a good way, to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. 2nd and 6.
What is up? Yeah. Vegas.
To throw, it's Williams.
Over the middle, complete. That's more.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Rome Odunze with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. You look at this Bears defense.
And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. Open here, Adam Thielen. Powering his way forward.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Rodgers now to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's Rodgers. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Rodgers to throw once more.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At their own 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partners
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
On the ground is Swift to start the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
To throw, Williams.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, you can repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
That's caught. It's Austin left side.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
At the Bears' 30-yard line.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They toss it to Warren.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
He's got this complete to Burden.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Swift going to try up the middle.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Williams looking,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Williams.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they're back within a touchdown at 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
72-yard. Rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Rodgers. And he's caught. And he works free. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Rodgers changing the play, it appears.
They go play action here on 1st down. That is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete. Rodgers again now.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To the air, Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Looking to throw is Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
13-yard line.
Play action. Now Williams. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17.
Bears 17. Milo Santos, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have the Steelers first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Highly contested in the third quarter. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Kenneth Gainwell,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and they're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Ready to look, guys. Yeah, there you go.
To throw, it's Williams.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air once more. Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. Throwing is Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Vegas! Park Spurs!
Looking to throw. Williams. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
88, 88. Go to 50. Hey, you back north.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get about 6 here before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here. And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And finds Austin complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Warren will try the right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now Rodgers. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Wilson's got it complete. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a gain of 11.
Go to 50.
A handoff for Warren.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
Touchdown!
Calvin Austin
With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
17. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
On play action, here's Williams.
And this is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw, Williams. And this one's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
To the left side, into the hands of Odunze.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They'll go. Here's Williams. He will have the conversion and more than that.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Williams.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
That's another Bears.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass to the right side, caught by Berman. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I've been dancing around this all year, and maybe I obviously did not believe the Broncos could be nearly as good as they are going into the year. I've been proven dead wrong on that, and I am now giving myself the chance to be dead wrong about the same team with basically the same take twice in 1 year. Rarely done feat. But I owe the audience honesty. And it's one thing to play a bunch of close games. It's another thing to play a bunch of close games where you're trailing late or tied late to the worst teams in the league. So, again, KW, every discussion is not that you reverse this. I didn't even talk about the Patriots. And so, I mean, look at these time scores and who they're playing in these games that they found themselves in. These are teams that would have the first, second, fourth, and seventh picks of this year's draft, and whatever you consider the Chiefs, with, Chris Aludukin playing quarterback. But the Chiefs, just as is, have the 10th pick, and that's with Mahomes playing a bunch of the games. They're down to the Jets with 5 minutes left. They're down 3 scores to the Giants with 10 minutes left. They're tied with the Raiders in the final moments of the third quarter. They go to overtime with Washington, and they're tied with what's left of the Chiefs with 1:50 left. That brew is not a team that is about to play back, and if they don't get the bye, to back excellent games to win a championship or get to a championship. I don't think they have that level of consistency, and one other thing, bro. I don't think the defense has been quite as scary the last few weeks.
That's true. Certainly not last week.
Right. Last week they allowed 34, and this week the Chiefs with 5th and 6th string offensive linemen. The problem wasn't the Denver pass rush. I'm not going to act like the Chiefs offense hummed or whatever, but it wasn't that Denver pass rush that was leading the league in sacks of all early on. And so I don't think they should feel good about it.
I do. I agree with some of what you say, and I'll get to that. But it's a win in the NFL.
Oh, I know you're not. You gotta be kidding.
You gotta be kidding. I know you're not, because I'm not about to your country.
I know you're talking about things.
But let me say this. Last week, the Chiefs understandably had an emotional letdown.
Yes.
I think this week, obviously they may not have played their best without Mahomes, but I think they were, as the champions they are, I'm sure.
Just take a knee there.
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra.
Sign up for next Red Hot. We told you 3 weeks.
And now with 6 seconds
Luka
remaining.
and Austin be the top scorers. I think that's when they're at their best. But I just wonder about this one.
But I also, to your point about Ayton, that's the business you're in. If your team is not able to function defensively without the in 3 days 41-year-old at 70,000 minutes locking down, then you have a bigger problems than that. And it means your plan was poor. And so listen, Tim McMahon said this morning on the great Denver ain't got it. It's one thing to play a bunch of close games. It's another thing to play a bunch of close games where you're trailing late or tied late to the worst teams in the league. These are teams that would have the first, second, fourth, and seventh pick. Packers on
yeah, especially when you see Justin Herbert kill himself off this